The Chitrik Academy is dedicated in loving memory of Rabbi Tzvi Hirsch Chitrik.
Welcome to today's lesson. Today we are going to learn the story of Chanukah. This story is recorded in Gemara Shabbos, Daf Chaf Aleph Amud Beis, 21b. We are going to begin from where it says My Chanukah, up here, and we are going to end where we have a red dot over there. Let us begin. The Gemara asks, My Chanukah, what nest happened that we decided to make the holiday called Chanukah? And the Gemara responds, the Rabbanan have learnt. Bechafei bekislev, on the 25th day of the month of Kislev, Yoimei de Chanukah, the days of Chanukah, Tamnya inun. There are 8 days. Tamnya means 8 in Aramaic. There are 8 days that there are a few interesting laws. Law number 1 is delay misped bahin. If someone passes away, we do not eulogize. We do not make eulogies during these days. Another interesting law is number 2, udelay lisanis bahin. And those who need to fast for whatever reason do not fast during these days. These are 2 laws, and we'll learn other laws that were decreed as well to observe the holiday of Chanukah. Now let's see what the story. What was the story? What happened? So the Gemara tells us. The story begins from here. This line right over here. Shekeshenichnasu Yevanim leheichal, when the Greeks entered the Heichal, entered the Beis Hamikdash, Timu kol hashmanim, they impurified, they made tamei, they made impure all the oils shebaheichal that were in the Heichal. The oils were used to light the menorah in the Beis Hamikdash, and they made impure all the oils that were in the Beis Hamikdash. So we can actually see this on the board. The Greek soldiers came, they entered the Beis Hamikdash, they went into the Heichal, and all the oil that was there, all the jugs of oil, they made impure. Let us continue. Ukeshegavra, and when they strengthened, when Malchus Beis Chashmonai, when the kingdom from the house of Chashmonai, Keshegavra, when they were victorious, when they won over the Greeks, V'netzchum, and they won the war. So after the house of the Chashmonaim, the Maccabees, after they won the war against the Greeks, Badku, they came into the Beis Hamikdash, they searched, V'lei matzu, and they cannot find oil. They were looking for oil to light the menorah. V'lei matzu, and they were not able to find ela pach echad shel shemen. They only found one jug. Pach is a jug, one small jug of oil. And this jug, shahaya munach, which was lying there, they found it hidden. B'chaismai shel kayin gadol. They knew that this jug of oil was pure and was not defiled, wasn't made impure by the Greeks, because it had b'chaismai, had the seal of the kayin gadol still sealed on it, so they knew that it was still pure oil. However, the problem was that v'lai hayabai, there was only enough in this jug, ella lahadlik yom echad. There was only enough oil to light one day. And the problem was that they needed oil to last 8 days, because they did not have any oil. All the other oil was defiled, and to make new oil, it would take 8 days for them to receive new oil. So they had enough oil for one day, but they needed for 8 days. So what happened? So like we see this on our board, they found a jug of oil which was sealed with the seal of the Kohen Gadol, so they knew that it was pure, but it was only enough for one day. For example, this amount was enough to light the menorah for one day, and they needed for another 8 days. So what happened? Let us continue in the Gemara. We're holding over here, where it says Naaseh, right over here. Naaseh by Nes. There was a Nes, a miracle. B'deliku mimenu, and they were able to light from that oil, Shmeina Yamim, for 8 days. That little jug of oil that was supposed to last for just one day ended up lasting them for 8 days. So what happened the next year? So L'shana Acheres, when the next year came around, Kavum, the sages, they established Vasum, and they established and they made Yamim Tovim. They made this to be a Yom Tov, a good day, a holiday for the Jewish people. Bahalal v'Haidah, with Halal and Haidah. So these are actually two more laws that we can add to our list. They decreed that we should say Halal on Chanukah. That's number 3. And number 4 is that we say Haidah. We say V'al Nisim. We give praise. There's a certain prayer of praise that we say. We say in Shemona Esrei when we pray, when we daven, and we also say it in Birchat Hamazon after we finish, in the grace after meals. After we finish eating, they added a certain prayer that we should say on Chanukah to be thankful and praise and thank Hashem for the great miracle that He has done for us. And this is the story as is recorded in the Gemara.